Well, hello there, everyone. I'm Esther Bartkiw. I am a core belief therapist, intuitive and energy reader, superfan and student of astrology, and I combine all of those techniques and pieces of information to facilitate for my clients grounded guidance, inner work sessions, readings, in order to help them create change and transformation in their lives. And today I am here with you to give to you quite an extensive, I would say, full moon energy report. And we're going to talk about a couple of other cosmic alignments happening, and then also some personal messages that I have to share with you from universe. So how do I do these energy updates? Well, I find out what's going on in the cosmos. You can go online. You can find out, exactly the time when the full moon is happening. Anyone can do that quite easily. But then I sit down and I say, all right, the people who are watching my video, what is it that they need to know? What are the pieces of information that can help them navigate these cosmic waters? All right, so it's a very unique message. It's crafted just for you. All right, so let's get going. The full moon is happening January 28th. It's a full moon in Leo, and it is at 2:16 p.m. Eastern Time. We know full moons are about endings, closures, culminations. Sometimes it is something that we are consciously bringing to a close, and sometimes it's universe saying, hey girl, it's time to end that. I see you're not, so I'm going to help you out here. Now, Leo is that energy. It is about the showman, right? Taking the stage, expressing your gifts, talents, and abilities, really being in the spotlight, putting yourself out there, being proud of what you have accomplished, what you're able to do, and really sharing those gifts to the world. It is a very fun and playful energy. It is about royalty, knowing the divinity that you are. On the lower manifestations, yes, jealousy, competition, I win, you lose, I'm better than you type energy, thinking you're better than everyone else. It can also manifest as shying away, right? The opposite, shying away, not expressing your gifts, talents, abilities, not thinking that you're good enough, not owning what you are bringing to the table. So that is the basics about this full moon. And when I sat down and asked, okay, but what is specific about this full moon for the people? What I received was that this full moon is going to be a more serious energy. I saw an image of universe, and maybe you might relate better by saying like a parental or a respected authority figure coming to you and saying, Esther, sit down. I need to speak to you about something. You know this path that you're on, you know this thing that you're doing. It's self-sabotaging. It's destructive. It's not helping you to create what you want to create in life. It is not of the higher timeline of a higher manifestation for you. So we need to turn this around. And something ends, and it might shake you a little bit, but ultimately it is pointing you in another direction, or it's going to open up another path of higher potential for you. That's how I see this, as a loving energy coming to you and saying, uh-oh, you went down this path and you were investigating it, but now you're in full motion, and that's not for you. We need to turn this around. So I see this full moon as being a little bit more serious with its endings and its closures. But it's all about getting you back on track, And accompanying this energy might be a sense of feeling defeated. So if you are feeling defeated in some area of your life, or maybe just all around in life right now. And you're like, I just don't know. I just don't know what to do anymore. This is the type of full moon. The energy of this full moon will help you to see that you're not defeated. You may feel that way, but you're not defeated. You can turn something around very quickly, but it will point out to you what is dragging you down, what needs to go. What needs to go so that you can step out into the spotlight? What needs to go so you can honor your gifts, talents, and abilities? What needs to go so that you can, roar? Let's use the lion terminology. Roar the beautiful creative expression that you have and that you hold. All right. So it might be a little bit more of a serious full moon, but it's all about helping you to move forward. It's all about to help you move forward. What I see is some people were in the spotlight and then they retreated. Okay. And that's okay, right? We're not always in the spotlight. Sometimes we need to take a step back. We need to rest. We need to regroup. But have you retreated too long? And now that retreat has become a comfort zone that you don't like, but it's comfortable and you need a bit of a nudge. You need a bit of a push to get back out there. All right. And you can relate this to, I keep saying get out on the stage, but maybe it's a project. Maybe it's a plan. Maybe it's something about your health. Maybe it's something to do with your home or your work or your family or just a personal interest of yours. Right? You took a step back and you said, I'm going to step back from this from a while. I'm going to rest. I just need to let it go, but it's time to get it moving again. And this full moon can end that pattern that's slowing you down, the belief that's slowing you down, and get you out there again. All right. So this is what I see. For those of you who have been putting new projects in motion, I was talking about this all through the fall, that a lot of people were starting something brand new, but you might not really start to see the results until about February. So, don't think nothing's working. It is. It's behind the scenes, and around February was the initial information that I received, is that you're going to start to see the first fruits. And this full moon is going to put a completion on, let's say, stage number 1 of those plans. So yes, still on track, February-ish, to begin to see the first fruits. You might not see the completion of it. You might not see the full ending of it, but the first fruits. And those will be enough to encourage you to stay on track. All right, so that is also coming with this full moon. Now, what is beautiful about this full moon is that there is a Sun-Jupiter influence. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, but that's really going to give you some wisdom, and it's going to give you some inspiration. All right, so whatever is being closed, if something's being taken away from you, this is not eclipse energy, because eclipse is really dramatic, but it has that type of ending closure to it. Whatever is removed, there will be wisdom from within rising up. Maybe you'll receive wisdom from the universe through reading a blog post, through hearing something. Somebody comes to you and says a word and you're like, oh, that's the information. That's what I needed to know. There is wisdom on its way. And I love how God universe does that. Sometimes when things close, or we have an ending, or even something is taken away from us unexpectedly, universe always brings a blessing in to say, yeah, but look what else is possible, right? This is even better. How about this? Did you consider this? Right? To encourage us to keep moving forward. Now, also there's a lot of Aquarius energy. All right, we know we're in Aquarius season right now, but there is a lot of Aquarius energy, and we are moving towards, in February, 6 planets all being in the sign of Aquarius. And when that number of planets are all congregated in the same part of the sky, the same energy, it can be very powerful and impactful on us. And I'm going to talk more about that in February. Just want to give you a little bit of a sneak peek. Because it might be a little bit rocky for some people, right? It's just a big concentration of energy, but I'm going to get more information on it and I will give that to you. I do the infographics on social media, and then when I get a lot of information, I'll do one of these video updates for you. So we do have an Aquarius energy to this full moon, and Aquarius is interesting because it's about the individual, your personality, rising up as an individual, but it also has the energy of collaboration and partnership and humanity and being part of the team. So what I received with this full moon is that maybe for some people, it's going to be time to be the individual, express your uniqueness. Maybe you may be living a life on your own, very individual, and it's time to be part of a team. Okay, so finding a balance between that, letting go of one piece to join another. So if you've just been kind of a loner, being on your own, not really engaging with people, this full moon may push you to end that and start a partnership or start re-engaging with your friends or join a group. And if you're always about the groups, because maybe there's a belief of I can't do it on my own, so I have to do it with a group, that might start coming to an end, and you may be nudged to move forward and say, yeah, I can do this. And I'm going to express myself as an individual uniquely. I'm going to do this on my own this time. And that will just strengthen your self-power with it. Okay, so that's also what I see coming up with this full moon. This full moon is good for releasing anything that has been holding you back from self-expression and stepping out to be a leader. Okay, and acknowledging your gifts, talents, and abilities. And sometimes when I say this full moon is good for stepping out to be a leader, that can shake some people. Some people really want it, right? They're like, yes. And other people, they shake it. That's okay. Just look at the beliefs that are there. And a leader doesn't mean that you have to take over a company. Maybe it's the leader of yourself, right? The conscious leader. Instead of running on subconscious programming, you're going to consciously lead and guide and create your life. Maybe it's stepping up to be a leader in your family, or taking the reins with a group of friends that have gone stagnant. Maybe the friendship has gotten stagnant, and saying, I'm going to take the lead here, and I'm going to kind of, move us along. So think of it in very broad terms. Okay. And then also, this is a very good full moon to clear away anything that is holding you back from fun, from being playful, from being relaxed. We tend to be very serious most of the time. I find it's a very serious world, but especially in this last year, people became even more serious. And it is okay to have fun. It is okay to laugh. It is okay to relax. It is okay to be playful and start re-engaging in those types of activities, those types of energies. And this is the full moon to help you to release, right? Release anything that's saying, you should be serious. You should be very serious. Don't you see what's happening? You should be serious. But there is a time for being serious, but it's also when you are being playful and relaxed and having fun and laughing that you open up the energy funnels. Right? You raise your vibration and the answers, the solutions, the inspirations that you are looking for begin to flow into your experience. So I encourage you, please go out, have some fun, do something fun, be playful, find some children to play with. All right. So that is the full moon. Again, a little bit more of a serious tone. And whatever you are being shown of, this needs to end because it's not doing you any good. Take note of it. Really take note of it and understand that universe is showing you this because there's something better for you. Okay, there's a better path, a higher manifestation timeline for you to walk around. Now, just hours after the full moon, it's about 10 hours, I think, on January 29th at 12:13 a.m. So just right after midnight, that's Eastern time, the sun and Jupiter conjunct in the sky. This is a beautiful energy of harmony. Astrologers believe that this is actually the luckiest day of the year when the sun and Jupiter meet up in this conjunction. This is going to provide energies of inspiration to help you to strengthen or restore your faith, to get excited about life again, maybe to get excited about an aspect of your life that you have not been excited about possibilities or something that you are creating. The sun is, spotlights. Wherever it is, it puts an emphasis, a spotlight. It also, the sun is about self, rising up in self-power. Jupiter is the planet that influences growth and expansion and blessings and good fortune. So it's like this powerhouse of wow energies coming together. This is a really good day to set into motion big dreams and big visions, really good for your manifesting practice. So the blessing may not come on this day, but the energies are present for you to seed what you want to create. And also, I suspect many people will receive good news or something really great will happen on this day. At the very least, a lightness of being. And when you feel light and you feel joyful and you've got a little bit more of a skip in your step, that shifts your vibration, which means you're shifting what is being attracted your way. So this is a beautiful day for manifestations. What I received was that the energy is going to move very fast on this day. And so if an opportunity or news or, something comes your way, this is not the time to say, oh, give me a few days, I have to think about it. This is the time to go click, 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 click. How does it feel? What's the thought process? What does my heart say? Inner being, should I go for it? And if you hear the yes, go for it. Okay, so this is very fast moving energy, very fast. Yes, hope restored, inspired, and just really beautiful energy. So if something is taken away from you on the full moon, like something happens and it's not welcomed or it's unexpected, because this sun and Jupiter is happening just hours after, what that tells me is something will come along very quickly to temper what happened, right? You know the saying, the door closes, another one opens. That's the type of manifestation that you might experience, all right? So this beautiful energy will temper if you had an unexpected closure around the full moon. All right. So, I got personal messages now for you. Now, before I get to the personal messages, I just want to remind you, in a few days on January 31st, I am facilitating online an energy process, clean and repair your auric field. It will start at 11 a.m. Eastern time. It will run a minimum an hour. Give me an hour to 90 minutes. I really want to do a really good energy process of clearing and repairing your auric field. Your auric field is your energy around you. It's an extension of you. You have 7 bands to your aura. Each of those bands correlates with one of your chakras within, and it helps you in every area of your life. I've already done a video on all the benefits of having a healthy aura. Please check that out. I'll put a link below if you missed out on that, because there's so many benefits to having a healthy aura. It helps you with your physicalness, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual process, your self-identity. It is part of your attraction factor, right? When you have this beautiful, glowing, juicy, healthy, vibrant aura around you, you attract different people and situations and opportunities to you than when your aura is dull or squished together, or there's shadow in it, or rips, tears, gapes, attachments, whatever it might be. And, right now, as we're doing lots of inner work within ourselves, we're working as collective to align to a higher timeline. Taking care of your aura is important. Sometimes we forget about it. We know it's there, but we don't think to investigate it. We don't think to look at it. But perhaps this is the piece, right? Cleaning and repairing your aura. Perhaps this is the piece that's going to give you just that extra little boost and move up your vibration and what you're creating in your life. All right. So that's coming up this Sunday, January 31st, 11 a.m. I always give a replay, and you can download the MP3 recording of the class if you're not able to make it live, and you will always have the recording. So in the future, if you ever feel like, oh, my aura needs just a little shining up, you can replay the class and go through the process again. So I invite you to join us. I'm really looking forward to this class at the end of this month. All right, so there is a link below. Sign up early so that the details get to you. And if you're able to join us live, that you can. All right, personal messages. So what are the personal messages? This is beyond the astrology. This is, when I do readings and people come with questions, I receive information, guidance for them to consider. And so this is like a channeled reading for the people who are watching this. And some really great information came across today. So the first thing is, lots of people make choices and decisions in their lives, but many do not take ownership of that choice or decision. Okay? Many people make choices and decisions in their lives, but then they don't take ownership of that decision. And this is a good time to start taking ownership of your choices and decisions. Okay? So if you're always saying, I choose this, I decide this, yes, I claim this, but then you never take ownership of it, setting that choice, that decision into moment, it's like oil on top of water. It's not going anywhere. It's just pooling together. So the encouragement that's coming through is, if you've made a recent choice or decision in your life, are you taking ownership of it? Are you setting it into motion? Is there an action step for you to take? Maybe in order to set that choice into motion, you have to first clear some limiting beliefs. Okay? Or maybe you need to investigate to get some information. So you made a choice that you're going to turn your health around. Or you haven't exercised much over the last year because the gym's been closed, and you're making a choice that you're going to start to move your body again. But you haven't taken ownership of it. And maybe the first step is getting a new pair of shoes, or getting a new workout, or saying, I'm going to set aside this 20 minutes to do a little workout, or finding a video on tape, or actually getting down and doing. So taking ownership of your choices and decisions. Okay? Just reflect on your life and see where that needs to be implemented. Okay. In order to gain clarity and perspective, to be open to new, detach. All right. You've got to detach from what's going on in order to gain clarity, perspective, and be open to something new. So sometimes when you are so full focused, right in the middle of everything, you can't see the other possibilities. You are unable to see other perspectives. You need to step back from the crowd and just survey the scene. Those were the exact words that came through. Survey the scene. And when you survey the scene, you go, oh, I never noticed that before. Or what about this? Or look over here. And then you begin to get clarity and you have some ahas and gain new perspective. So if you are caught up in the middle of something and you're like, but it's not clear, I don't know what's truth, I don't know what's real, it's not clear, just take a step back and survey the scene. Detach a little bit. Okay, you don't have to detach forever, but that detachment will really help you. It's even like, when you're maybe in your home and you're decorating your room and you're like, okay, let's just step back and let's see how this looks before we shift around any furniture, before we paint another wall, before we move the artwork on the wall. And you step back and you survey the scene and you have a whole new perspective. And then you can make changes. All right. More and more people are seeing the illusion. Yes, I have noticed this. More and more people are seeing the illusion. They're seeing how our reality is fake. It's really like a movie scene, that there's actors. Remember I did a video on background people. People call them non-player characters. I think that's the computer term. People are waking up to the illusion, and it could be the illusion of government. It could be the illusion of you step outside and you see, wow, it does really look like a movie scene. Or you see situations and events playing out and you're like, no, that really is a play. That really is a movie. That is really an illusion. I mean, think about the concept of taxes, right? If you investigate when taxes were made, somebody just wanted money and they decided we're going to put a penny tax on all of this. And the people didn't complain. The people didn't revolt. The people didn't say no. The people paid their penny taxes in fear, right? Fear drives illusion. In fear of a reprimand. And then the people in charge said, oh, if they'll pay a penny, then maybe they'll pay more, right? And people are really starting to wake up to the illusion. And it's interesting because when I received this piece of information, I remembered when I was a little girl and looking up at the sky and the clouds, and I could see the illusion. I could see like the sphere. I could see like the dome that is around the earth, whatever you want to call it. And I didn't have people to talk to back then of, oh, I can see that there's like a dome. But I remember seeing it and going, wow. And most recently, I did some nomading through Kuala Lumpur, I think a couple of years ago. And in the city of Kuala Lumpur, there's the famous Petronas Towers. If you follow me on social media, I posted a lot of pictures of it. And behind the towers in the shopping mall is a man-made lake and park. And it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous and people flock there. And I remember the first time I walked around the towers to go back to the park, and I stood there in the park and I'm like, this is a movie scene. This is the illusion. I am being shown so clearly the illusion we are living in. And I spent hours sitting on the bench in that park just like, this is the illusion. I really see it. And it's so crazy. And maybe you've had those types of experiences too. But that is the information. And more people are waking up to the illusion. For some people, it's very disconcerting. For other people, it's a confirming of what you've already known. Okay, so watch out for that. And just a little bit of encouragement that you were meant to be here at this time in Earth history to really experience what's happening here. okay, to really experience what's happening here, the shift of the ages, and to assist it. And how do you assist it? By raising your vibration. Keep focusing on, the higher timelines, the love, the joy, the peace, the camaraderie, the compassion, whatever it is to you, those higher timelines, abundance for all, health for all, just like win-win for everyone. Everyone is taken care of, and you are here to experience it, to participate in it, and to assist in the lifting up of humanity. All right. So thank you so much for watching this right through to the end, being interested in the energy updates, the personal messages. Please consider joining me on Sunday, January 31st for the Clean and Repair Your Aura. Again, the link is below. There's more information about the class there. I've also done a few videos about auras. You can check on my YouTube channel. And I'm starting to post on Rumble as well, if that's where you hang out. So to everybody, I wish you a beautiful day wherever you are on planet Earth. Make the very most of this day, because today could be the day. Ciao.